Come here, come here, come here. I gotta show you 5 things that successful people say no to all the time in order to be successful. So the first thing is they say no to distractions. Look around at your workplace right now. If you've got a dog climbing on you, probably don't want that. But seriously, are you sitting there with your phone, with books that tempt you, and with all of these things, and you have your Facebook open? If you are not saying no to distractions, you are going to lose a lot. Now, the second thing that people like Oprah and Bill Gates and all of those really successful people, and even the successful people that you know, whether the most successful real estate agent in your town or entrepreneur, is that they say no to useless meetings. So right now, Oprah lives about 2 hours from her office, and she said in this article, either on Fortune or Entrepreneur, about how it was one of the best things for her because she now is able to avoid a lot of meetings. All right, so that's another thing. We as very successful people, what we say no to are interruptions. There's a great quote from a very not so great guy named Henry Kissinger, and he says, "I don't have time for an emergency, I'm booked for the next 2 weeks." And he said that back in the 70s when he was like the Secretary of State or whatever he was. And what he meant was something that we can apply to our lives. So our days need to be scripted the night before so that we can then go into the day with our plan and say, listen, there's no room for any of these other things that come up. So you don't leave your phone on a ringer and you take every phone call that comes in. Even if you're a real estate agent, you can't do that. What you need to do is make sure that you are using my perfect day formula, okay? You also say no to too much of this stuff. Somebody sent it to me as a gift, and I just don't drink anymore. If I could go back in time and tell my younger self to do something, it would be quit drinking, okay? Quit drinking too much, quit eating too much, quit exercising too little. You have to look at your demons, your temptations and distractions and say no. So in my Perfect Day Formula kit, we have these scripting pads, and the scripting pads keep you on track. They give you the plan for the next day. So you say no to distractions. You say no to too much excess of anything. You say no to excess meetings. You say no to being interrupted. And then you say no to being incongruent. And incongruent means that you say you want to achieve something and you act incongruently with it. And that causes so much stress and anxiety. And we see this a lot in the entrepreneur that I call the lost warrior. They're working really, really hard, but family is the most important thing in their life. And all they do is grind and grind and grind and hustle because they saw some guy on the internet say that, and they're losing their family life. So that's you. You have to start saying no to these things that successful people say no to. Like Sarah Blakely is one of my favorite entrepreneurs because she built $1 billion business. I think she's the youngest self-made female billionaire in the world, and she did it while having 4 kids and saying no to a lot of things. The woman is absolutely amazing. So we want to take advice from her and from the greats. Say no to a lot of stuff, like Warren Buffett, who said, the difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything. And that's going to be your new mantra, okay? The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything, except for amazing little pooches and your mission and vision and goal and family in life. All right, drop a comment down below and let me know where you disagree with me.